We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today we have a full slate of games to go over for Saturday, October the 22nd. We picked out 5 college football games. We have a packed NHL slate. Tim picked out some NBA games he wants to go over as well. Tim, you could put the whole slate if you want to talk about the whole slate.
I only have 3 games, so I don't need to talk about the entire slate.
Fair. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we're going to take a look back at what happened yesterday. What went right and what went wrong in the world of sports betting. Last night started off a little bit rough, but actually finished profitable for me. This started off in the MLB.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
I cashed the Phillies' first 5 money line. That was a nice little play. That was my best bet on Terry's show as well. So that was a nice little casher there. 1-0 in MLB. Lost the over 6.5 with Tampa and Florida, but won the under 6.5 with Colorado, Seattle. I really liked that play yesterday. That under really caught my attention. I really liked it. So that was nice. A winner on that. In the NBA, get this in. I was profitable in the NBA. I think I'm 7-7 to start the year, and I'm down just a little bit of juice. But I went 3-2 yesterday. Loser on the Miami Heat. Winner on the under in that game, though. Memphis and Houston over 232. Winner, Minnesota minus 8.5, or should we call them Minnesota? Because they lost to the Jazz, and they were 8.5 point favorites, lost outright. And then Portland said, "Screw your points. We don't need the +5. We're going to win this outright in overtime against the Suns." So that was a nice little casher there to end the night. Overall, a good day for me. What about you, Tim?
Yesterday was, I believe it was a heavy dog day in the NBA, which normally works out nicely for me, but I didn't work. On the site, we ended up going.
You picked the wrong dog.
Yeah, we ended up going 5-6, down 1.5 units. It's whatever. Because it started off rough. I'm glad if I wasn't stupid and added plays late, we would have been profitable yesterday because I added Detroit +7 and Indiana money line later on in the day. That was stupid. That was a mistake. I also had the Bulls, who came all the way back just to lose by 2. I had the Heat. We had the Minnesota Timberwolves minus the 8.5 and the over in the Florida game. Those were all the losers on the site. How about some winners? First winner of the day was the Brooklyn Nets minus 2.5. I really liked that line. And it was the teams that didn't cover versus the teams that did. It went 2-2 last night. Also, we had Western Kentucky minus 2.5. They won by 3, so that was a nice little casher. You had your under in the Seattle Kraken game. And the last 2 games of the night, I really wish I put money lines with them because both of them went F your points. Because Portland covered and won outright. Oh, yeah. How about that slaughter game, Nick? The Denver Nuggets outright.
You could call either of those slaughter games. People have the Suns money line. People have the Warriors money line. You could have called either of those slaughter games.
Both of them slaughter games, and I got both of them right. So it worked out nicely. Really happy with how that went last night. I got 3 plays today. We'll talk about them in a little bit. That's the only 3 games we'll talk about in the NBA because by the time we get there, it'll be close to Higgs' show, so I'm going to end up popping over there. So, and we don't need to break down every single game. I'm only on a couple. We'll go ahead and say hi to the chat. Yeah, Ice. I'm falling in the standings. I suck now. I'm 4-4.
Go Blackhawks.
Padres money line, sure. Yankees money line, absolutely not. And then soccer plays, I don't care. Waiting for Mo Harris to pop up. All right. I wonder if they forgot to start the stream again. No. Okay. All right, you got me worried for a minute. Houston -3 finished up off Barakat. Houston? Football? Oh, against Navy. No, I like Navy. Smash the like button if you want the Sabres to win the cup. Yes, 100%. Smash the like button if you want the Sabres to win the cup. Are the Kraken legit? No, the Avalanche are frauds.
Actually, I saw an interesting stat from last night in that game. The Kraken outshot the Avalanche 38-20 by 18 shots. It was the largest shot differential against where they outshot Colorado in 3 years.
And keep going through the chat. I'm typing up the last NBA game.
Okay. Smash the thumbs down button if you want the Wild to beat. Yeah. Okay. I'll thumbs down the stream then. We'll see. We'll look at that in a little bit, Ice. I'm on your side. LOL at Ice. College football Saturday. Yes. Maverick -5.
Who do the Mavericks get today?
I got 5.5 at the Grizzlies.
I kind of lean Mavericks, but I didn't bet it.
1 million units on Bruins to win in reg. Hey, I'll one up that, Ice. Bruins -1.5. All right. Good morning, Tiffany. And yo, what's good, Joe Kryptonite? All right. You want to start? So a little bit of college football. We'll start. I'm gonna move that game up so we can have you talk about this one first, because I know you wanted to talk about this game. You did a free pick video on this game, and I'll let you go ahead. I have nothing in this game. The Tennessee Volunteers are 38.5-point favorites in a scrimmage game against UT Martin today. Total 69 in this one. Nice. What's your thoughts?
Well, I beat a line movement on it, Nick, because I got 71.5. So that was nice. I like the under. And this game is going to be 45-7, something in that range. I don't foresee Tennessee running up the score against UT Martin. The only reason why I say that is they get the next 2 games for them is Kentucky and Georgia. I don't think they're going to try to run any trickery against UT Martin. I wouldn't be surprised if you just saw run the ball, and they don't go crazy in this game.
My only worry is their pace is too fast.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Tennessee can score 60 in this game and it still goes under. Let's be honest, because I don't see Tennessee Martin scoring anything against them. So even if Tennessee scores 60 in this game, I think we're fine. I like the under for this as what did you call it? A scrimmage game?
It's a scrimmage, yes.
There you go. Under. Woo! 49ers versus the Chiefs. Niners, baby. Man, Bulls should have taken the 2.5, but I never do that. Yeah. Nuggets were nice. Yes, they were last night. Oklahoma City winning today. I have them covering. Fantastic Four, Oklahoma City putting on the bench a joker. Oklahoma City, underrated kids. I think they cover, but I don't think they win. I think this is like a 3-4 point game. Denver still wins, but Oklahoma City covers. That's my thoughts on that one. All right, Nick. I know that you didn't have anyone for that one, but you'll definitely have something to say for this game.
Yeah, we'll look at the next matchup here. The Syracuse Orange are taking on the Clemson Tigers in this game. Clemson -14 with a total of 50 in this game. Let's take a look. We'll take a look at where the money is coming in on these games that we picked out. I don't think I have any numbers for Tennessee Martin. No, I do not. But for Syracuse, and there we go. 51% of the tickets and 59% of the cash is coming in on Syracuse. 64% of the tickets and 79% of the cash is coming in on the under in this game. My projected line for this game is, take a look, Syracuse or Clemson is an 11.5-point favorite. So I see value here with the Orange. I got 13.5 at even money. I wish I got 14. I bet this early, and I thought this line would go down, not up 0.5 point. So I am on the Syracuse Orange in this one, taking 2 touchdowns. I just saw a little bit of value in that line. They're undefeated. The only thing that truly worries me in this game is the only road game that the Syracuse Orange have played so far this year was at UConn. So that's definitely rather concerning. But nevertheless, I think that this is a closer game than people think, or that the books are suggesting here. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Orange in this one.
How about Orange money line? No,
No.
I'm not. I'm kidding. I don't think they went outright. I do think this one has a backdoor touchdown written all over it at the end. Syracuse has been really good this year, but their best opponents that they faced was Purdue and a NC State team with a backup quarterback. This is a whole nother beast in Clemson, which Clemson's faced the opponents this year. Wake Forest overtime win, a win against NC State with their quarterback, and they beat Florida State in Florida State. It's a little bit tricky. I don't think that Cuse wins this game, but I think that they cover. I think 14 points is too many. I know it's in Clemson. I think that when it comes to it, I'm going to grab the points when it's undefeated versus undefeated. Give me the orange.
I like it.
Scroller. Let me make sure everything's correct in it.
I'm typing up my plays right now, so I will have my scroller updated in a couple minutes.
Sounds good. Because you mentioned NCAA Day. Yep. A lot of underdogs are already cashing out. Let's continue. Let's get it. I'm thinking I'm going to parlay UCLA and Oklahoma State. I do not like UCLA today. Oklahoma State, I do. Money line. You have fun with that. Kansas money line. Who does Kansas got today? Baylor. And they're 10.5-point dogs now. And that total has dropped from 63 to 50 to 56.5. Yeesh. You guys have good luck with anybody taking dogs. I'm not going to talk you off them. Speaking of Oklahoma State.
Yeah, we have the Oklahoma State Cowboys. They're hosting the Texas Longhorns in this game. We have Texas as 6-point road favorites with a total of 58.5 in this game. Let's find the ticket numbers for this one. Let's see if there's anything interesting. I haven't looked at any ticket numbers at all this week. I really did not care.
This line's the total's dropped even more. This total opened up at 66.5.
Yeah, and that's because 59% of the tickets and 82% of the cash is on the under. Also, there's a question on the quarterback. I don't.
No. Do you want to know the real reason why this line's dropped? There's going to be about 20-mile-an-hour winds and 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts.
You mentioned that last night.
Yeah, the weather is going to be awful in these games. In the Texas-Oklahoma games, like any game in Texas and in Oklahoma, weather's not going to be pretty. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah. For me in this game, I had this game at a pick'em. So the real question is this quarterback injury question mark worth 5-6 points? I'm going to say no. I took the points here with Oklahoma State. I think they're the better overall team, even with a backup quarterback. At home, I took a shot with the dog here. Plus, I got 6.5 with the Okie State Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I would even say money line them. I don't think that they should be this big of dogs, but I've also been high on Okie State the entire year. They were one of my picks to possibly try to win a national championship. I thought they were that good. They still have a shot. It would take a lot for them to get there, and they would need to run the table because they're currently 11th in the nation. But I don't think that Texas should be a 6-point favorite. So when it comes to it, Okie State plus the points for me.
Yeah.
Texas. Nope. Dude, relax. Nick was getting the scroller. Relax. All right, Nick. We'll head to we got 2 more college football games.
Yeah, we have the Ole Miss Rebels taking on the LSU Tigers in this one here. Tigers are -1.5. Total 64.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the tickets in this game. 66% of the tickets and 60% of the cash is on the Mississippi Ole Miss Rebels. And the line's gone from a pick'em to LSU -2. 62% of the tickets and 74% of the cash is on the over or the under. The line has gone from 63 up to 64.5, 65 in some spots. So the over could be an interesting look in this game, but I see no value on this line. This is a straight system play for me, Tim. It is pretty simple. you get a home unranked favorite versus a ranked team, especially in the top 10. I'm going to take LSU minus 120 here. Just take them straight up and not worry about the 2 points because I could see this being a close game. It's just one of those games where when you see a line like this, the books are telling you everything you need to know about the game. And I like the LSU Tigers to win this game.
Yeah, you can get plus money for a top 10 team in the nation. Fade.
What?
Fade. LSU outright. It's just, this is a trap play for a lot of people because everybody's going to see the plus money. Or are they still plus money?
They're a pick 'em. It's like minus 102 type of situation.
You can still get plus 105 on a couple of books for Ole Miss. So you getting plus money on a top 10 team in the nation. Yeah, go ahead and give me LSU. I think they win outright. Obviously outright. They're 1.5 point favorites. I think they win and cover. And at the end of the day, we'll end up getting Georgia and Alabama in the final in the SEC championship game again. And okay. I think LSU wins this one. Knocks down a top 10 team.
Yeah.
I'm on the Vegas first period puck line.
Love it.
There you go.
I'm on the full game money line.
Pedro's in the house. Let's get it, Pedro. You're on LSU. I figured you would be. All right, Nick. Final game, and I will say I have nothing in this game. But
yeah, I wanted to touch on this one, number one, because it's Alabama, and Alabama is 21-point home favorites with a total of 61 in this game. Taking a quick look at what the money is on this game. If I can find it, there we go. 64% of the tickets, 64% of the cash is on Alabama. This line's gone from 21.5 down to 21. 84% of the tickets are on the over. 80% of the cash is on the over. The line's gone from 62 down to 62.5. I had this game at a 15. So I saw value here with the Alabama Crimson or with the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Both these teams coming in off of losses where we cashed underdogs against both these teams last week. Good old Rocky Top and good old Kentucky Wildcats. So now we get the two teams that we faded last week, and I'm taking the dog once again, taking 21 points here with Mississippi State. Not saying the Bulldogs win this game outright, but after last week, I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be on the train of no way Alabama loses again, and they're just going to rout here. I think this game's going to be closer than people think. I think Mississippi State's a better team than people think, and I'm going to take 21 points with the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm not going after this one. No, I didn't Mississippi State just have one of their players die in church or something like that?
It was a 19 or 18-year-old freshman that would have been 19 yesterday. He was an O-lineman. I looked this up a little bit. He didn't play at all because Mississippi State's one of those schools where you lift as much as you. I heard this described to me. You lift as much as you can the first couple of years, and mainly this team is a juniors and seniors play type of team. So
that's fair. Just figure I'd bring that up. I didn't pick it. I'm going I was going Mississippi, but now you all scared me off of it. Stay away. That's fair. Just be careful. Vote for Pedro. You get it, Dave. Any CFL picks?
Anyone? No, it's the last week of the regular season. I gave out a lean towards who do you call it yesterday? Towards BC yesterday. Let's see what they're not showing the scores. I want to see what happened yesterday with those games because I gave out 3 leans that I didn't bet. One was the Lions -7, which would have smashed. The next one was the Tiger Cats first half, which would have gotten demolished, and the Red Blacks full game, which would have won. All right, so I would have went 2-1 yesterday if I did bet
2-0 on the site as well, but
would have gone 2-0 on the site, but it's fine.
Bulldog spread, and especially the over.
If you like Mississippi State, I think you do like the over.
Because Alabama's going to come into this game pissed after losing to Tennessee and want to put up as many points as they can.
Yeah.
Anyways, Nick, is it cool if we just quickly move up the 3 NBA games, talk those first, and then go to your big hockey slate?
Yep.
All right. So I'm only going to talk about 3 NBA games because that's all I'm going to really be interested in, and I don't need to sit here through 7 other games and say I'm passing. So we'll start off with this game, Nick.
Yeah, we're going to kick it on off here. 76ers are 13-point home favorites. The total of 223.5 in this game. I'll quickly give out my numbers for this game, and then I'll pass it along to Tim, because I do like giving out my numbers as well before I hand it off to the actual handicapper for NBA, not just somebody who's trying to do it. I have the Sixers as 14-point favorites in this game, and I have this total at a 221. So I have a slight lean towards the under. I have a slight lean towards the Sixers, but ultimately no play in this game. What's your thoughts?
I normally don't do this. I really don't like laying a lot of points. I took Philadelphia minus the 13. And the only reason why I'm doing that, eat the Sixers that are a little bit rested, at home, 0-2, pissed off, going up against a Spurs team that's not going to be good this year. They won yesterday, good for them, but they're on a second leg of a back-to-back. They played Indiana, a high-paced Indiana. Did you see the final score of that game, Nick?
I cannot say I did because I had no financial investment into it.
137-134. That's a high-scoring game.
So defense optional.
That being said, I like Philadelphia to win by about 30 in this one. I think this game's a blowout. I'm not going to say the over because I could easily see Philadelphia scoring 120 and this game's still not going over. Like, I think it's going to be that big of a blowout. If anything, I want to take the Spurs team total under. But that's just me. Ultimately I'm on Philadelphia minus the points. I know it's gross, but that's where I'm going to go.
Fair. I'm curious to see if you picked any of the games that I actually bet, or
I don't know. Well, you know what games I picked. They're on the site. I was going to take San Jose over the Devils.
I will go over that in a little bit.
Let's go Sixers. Okay. Embiid over 26.5 points, and he knows what he needs to do in order to win. There you go. Sixers minus 13. Don't be afraid of big spreads. I am almost betting the house on the Sixers. That's scary. That's scary. All right, we'll go to this game, Nick.
Oh, this is a game I have. Wow, I beat a line movement on this one. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 1.5-point favorites in this game with a total of 220 in this one. My numbers for this game was Chicago minus 1.5. So I see about 3 points of value with the Bulls in this game. I did not bet the Bulls in this one. I only bet the total. And my number for the total was a 222.5. But when I bet this, the total was a 217.5. I saw 5 points of value on the over, and I jumped on it. So I'm on over 217.5 with the Bulls and the Cavaliers. So that's where I'm at. Where are you at, Tim?
This is a Cleveland Cavaliers spot. They're rested. They came off their first game, which was Tuesday. So they haven't played since Tuesday, I believe. So they're rested, going up against the Bulls, who played last night in Washington. Almost made a comeback, lost by 2 points. I'm taking Cleveland. I think it's a good spot for them. And the fact that it was only 1.5, I kind of just jumped on it. Bulls are going to be very iffy until they get Zach LaVine back, and he's not going to be back for this game. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump on the Bulls. The Cavaliers now, and then ride it out. So I'm gonna Cleveland. Cleveland's my play for this game. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, fair.
Cincinnati minus 3. No, I lean Smoo.
I'm on Cincy.
And that's why it's not on the site. Bulls. Nope. Bulls and the under 110 Cavs. No. Bulls money line. No.
No.
In LaVine we trust. Is he supposed to be back? No, he was questionable for last game. We'll see when he comes back, and if he comes back, how effective he is. I still like Cleveland. Final NBA game that we'll talk about today.
Yeah, we'll be looking at the Denver Nuggets hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder in this one here. Nuggets are 8.5-point favorites. Total 225.5 in this game. My number for this one is Nuggets minus 10.5. So I see a couple points of value with the Nuggets. Once again, did not bet it. I know you're on the other side. And my line for this total is a 227.5. So it's a 2-point lean towards an over in this game. But ultimately, no play for me. What's your thoughts?
Nuggets win. Thunder cover. This one's going to be one of those games where if anything, maybe look at Thunder first half. Because the Denver Nuggets are coming off of their big win last night in Golden State. This is 100% a letdown spot for them. And trust me, as a Nuggets fan, I know when not to bet this team. And they, as a 8.5-point home favorite, granted, this is their first home game of the year. I don't see them blowing out the Thunder. Murray should be playing tonight. He's not going to be on injury management tonight, which they beat Golden State without him. But I think that this is a game where the Thunder come, they're hungry, and they don't win. They come close. They'll make it a close game. But Nuggets will win by like 3 or 4. And the Thunder will cover the spread. So Thunder, I got it at 7.5. It's at 8.5 now. I still think it wins.
Yeah. Talk about hunger. I wonder what's for breakfast.
He's back. Okay. Levine's playing. That's fine. Cleveland. Yes, Thunder tonight. I'm hoping my Nuggets still win, but Thunder cover. Morning, fellas. Nuggets did that yesterday. Hey, Nuggets were the slaughter game. What are we doing, my guy? What's up? Navy money line. Yep. That is correct. Navy money line. All right, Nick. Now we'll go to your hockey. You got the whole entire slate for you. We'll start off with the Devils that are minus 195 home favorites against the San Jose Sharks. The Sharks are 1-5 this year. Yeesh. Total of 6.5 in this game.
They're 1-5 today.
And their win against the Rangers. Lol.
Chef's kiss. No, but yeah, looking at this matchup here, one thing that I really picked up is if the Devils have average goaltending, their advanced analytics say they are a top 10 team in the NHL. The New Jersey Devils are potentially a sleeping giant here. And I got in on them early. One thing I've noticed is a lot of these games that I'm going to be going over, lines that you can't get anymore. Because I bet these games yesterday about 24 hours ago. I bet these games in between 12 and 1 o'clock. And I got plus 157 on the New Jersey Devils puck line. That is now at plus 135. I think there's only like 2 lines I did not beat massive line movements on. Because these lines move in the NHL. You have to get on your action early when you're betting hockey. I'm on the Devils puck line at plus 135. That is the lowest I'll take it at. I'll still take them here. And one thing I found interesting, I don't use these numbers like crazy with Money Puck. Money Puck had this game projected as Devils around minus 450 favorites. Like that's
my God.
Well, the power ranking suggests that the Devils are, I think, number 8 on their power rankings. Like and then the Sharks are like almost dead last. The Sharks are arguably the worst team in hockey right now. Them, Arizona, Chicago, Philadelphia will be the bottom 4, I think. But that being said, I'm on the Devils here. I got the puck line at plus 157. I gave out the puck line on ESB yesterday at plus 140. I would go all the way down to plus 135. I'm still okay with that. Give me the Devils here.
There you go. Ice-X is saying the Devils in regulation. Is that even a good line at all?
Probably not bad. Three-way line. It's a minus 135 now.
Nope. Take the puck line. Come on. Blackhawk. If you're thinking in regulation, they'll probably get an empty netter somewhere. Just saying.
Yeah.
Devs. Hey, guys. What's up, Latif? You like the Devils today? Sounds good. You got Denver, the Nuggets. I think they win. I just don't think they cover. I think it's a letdown spot for them, but we'll see. Hey, if they win and cover, I'm all right with that. I'm on the Thunder, but if it means my team blows out and gets another win, fine. Good call. I lost my only loss on a 5-team parlay. Rip. I don't know. Dang.
Yeah, 5-team parlays are a great way to go 4-1.
That they are. I took James Harden over 6.5 rebounds at plus 100. Joel Embiid 10 boards and to win by a margin of 11 plus. There you go. I don't hate it. Every time I bet against you, yikes. Taves scores 2. Go Blackhawks. Whoa. Chicago won their Stanley Cup yesterday by beating the Red Wings. You make sure you let Lenny know about that one. And I got him in reg along with the Bruins. There you go.
I was so mad because I was advocating all day yesterday for the Blackhawks, and really, Tim.
What happened?
I
lost your lawyer. Don't bet soccer, Liverpool. Come on. You don't trust the Sixers? That's fine. All right, we'll jump into this next game, and I made sure we got our resident Minnesota Wild expert for this game. So, Terry, good morning. How you doing today? And good to see you.
Hello, guys. Good to see you. Yeah, I thought I'd request to come on for this part of the show. There's an interesting stat that I wanted to ask Nick about. Interesting stuff going on with this game. So.
All right, I'm excited to hear the fighting back and forth. Let's do this. Minnesota Wild, Boston Bruins. It's essentially a pick 'em. Boston's a slight home favorite. Total of 6.5. Rock, paper, scissors. Who wants to go first?
Well, let the guest go first.
Terry, go ahead.
So Boston opened up minus 137 favorites, and now you can find them at minus 110. So as Nick, who usually follows this kind of stuff more than me, I wouldn't have even known about it had someone not let me know. But 85% of the money is coming in on Boston, yet the number is getting much more attractive to bet Boston. So I believe that's the definition of a trap that the books are setting. But I didn't know about that when I was doing my tapping.
It's a trap!
Yeah.
Basically, this would be the definition of a trap, apparently. So, but how I look at this game, Wild won both games last year against Boston. 16-8-4 all time against Boston. 9-4-1 in Boston. Boston's playing really well right now. The Wild didn't for 3 games. They were able to beat the Canucks. I'm hoping they ride momentum in this one. I'm just really interested in why this is such a close price with Boston looking as good as they have and the Wild looking as bad as they have. But it's a close price. I think the books are baiting people to bet Boston. So that's basically my thoughts here. And I'm glad that I'm on the Wild. I'm also on the over. If you've watched either of these teams' games so far this year, they're basically all going over. One game for Boston finished 2-1, but everything else went over. So I like the over here.
There you go. Nick, let's continue the fight. Go.
I'm looking at it, and I think I may have found a reason why this line dropped a little bit. And Boston's now missing a third defenseman. Brandon Carlo is out, and he's on injury reserve. So that may be the reason why this line dropped a little bit, because you're already missing your top 2 defensemen with Grzelcyk and McAvoy, which, I mean, it almost feels like they haven't been missing because this Boston team really hasn't missed a beat. And my handicap on this Boston team is completely wrong heading into the season so far. They're one of the teams where I have them to miss the playoffs, and they've looked absolutely dominant. I just don't trust the Wild to stop a beach ball right now. Statistically speaking, when we look at goals saved above average, it's really dictating which are you stopping the shots you should be stopping, and things along those lines. It counts the difficulty of the shot that you're having to save. Marc-Andre Fleury is statistically the worst goalie in hockey right now, and it's not particularly close. 1.7 difference, and these stats are negative 6.8 to negative 5.1. So next worst goals saved above average. So it's saying that Marc-Andre Fleury has been letting in easy shots as well. Like there's been there was a couple one like that. One in the Kings game where it was a clear shot where he saw it the whole way and it still beat him. Things along those lines. And I kind of saw that coming into the year. Is it Fleury today or is it Gustafsson? That's one thing I need to know actually. But I regardless, my favorite play in this game is the over 6.5. I think we're going to see goals in this one, and I'm going to just continue to bet overs in Minnesota games until they can prove defensively that they can be a little bit better of a defensive hockey team, because they really have not been this year. A lot of defensive breakdowns, and Marc-Andre Fleury just being. I think Marc-Andre Fleury at this age is an average goaltender at best. So I'm truly worried about defensively this Minnesota team. So I'm going to continue targeting them with overs. And I took a shot. I took a big plus money shot with the Boston puck line at plus 205. That's what I took a shot with in this game. If I fell for a trap,
did not watch the last two periods. You obviously don't watch Minnesota games, but you did not watch the last two periods. Fleury absolutely robbed the Canucks quite a few times in the second two periods of that game. I think if you take away the first two games of the season for Fleury, obviously they're the numbers, they're there, but he's not going to put up those numbers all year long. He is what's the word that like you usually use? He's not due, but he should be improving his stats a lot. So
he should be.
His stats are worse than they look, is what I'm trying to say. He is going to improve them quite a bit.
I'm just hoping for your sake that Marc-Andre Fleury doesn't turn into the Patrick Corbin of hockey. Fired, big deal, and then he turns to shit.
Look at a few years ago when he was in Pittsburgh. People said, Fleury's done, he's done. He goes to
and then he gets traded to a
wins
Vegas
the Vezina Trophy.
So, with a very good Vegas defense in front of him.
He's not done until he's done. He's in great shape.
Yeah,
games to start the year.
One thing you got to look at with it, you got to look with him in Vegas. He had, I want to say, arguably the best blue line in paper in front of him with that Vegas blue line, where they had Pietrangelo and they had Theodore and they had McNabb and they have Whitecloud. Like that's a really good blue line on paper.
Brodin is 10 times the player Whitecloud is. Okay, Brodin's coming off a very rough start to the year, but he's one of the best defensive defensemen in the year and in the league. The Wild have a great defense. We won't argue because we won't make this the Wild show, but the Wild do have a very good defense, even if it's not showing that this year. I know Nick hates the Wild defense for whatever reason, but it's not bad.
6 goals.
This year, they're having a rough start.
Yeah,
but obviously they have an offensive-minded coach and Dean Evison as well, and that will affect numbers when you.
So I'm telling all I'm asking is Minnesota, prove me wrong. That's all I'm asking. Prove me wrong.
Well, they did in the last game when you were on the Canucks, and they will again this afternoon.
As a minus 170 favorite going into overtime against a winless team. Impressive.
Yeah, see, that doesn't matter. They won the game. As you would say, the bet still cashes, the bet still loses. It doesn't matter how it won.
It happens.
Won, so
they got one.
But have a good rest of your show. And we will see.
Appreciate the debate there.
There you go. That was fun. I appreciate Terry for hopping on. He texted me about. He texted me midway through the Devils game. He goes, "Send me the link so I can come on for the next game." I said, "Okay." But let's go to the chat because there's a lot of chat.
Bring Terry on, and there's a lot of chat now.
Yeah. By the way, Nick, I'll probably end up having to leave in about 15-ish minutes because Higgs starts his show early, and you'll probably just talk to hockey slate by yourself. Anyway,
that's fine. Yeah.
Who do you like in the Phillies game? Eileen Padres did not bet it. Nick's going to be on.
Probably Phillies first 5. I did not bet the game because there's been a bunch of things, but if I had
to. And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
That's probably what I'd be on.
There you go. I'll do both games on the puck line. Hail Mary.
There you go.
Have fun with it. Padres bats have to wake up today. Go Bruins. Go Bruins. Heat money line. Do the Heat play today?
Yeah. I took their under against Toronto, I believe they're playing.
Oh, I kind of lean Toronto then. Whoops. But I didn't bet it. I only bet 3 things today on NBA. Over Zuccarello props. Wild with no defense. Same with Avs.
Yeah, the Avs. Those are 2
Burst,
teams that were supposed to be on the top of the Central that have goaltending issues.
DeBrusk over 2.5 shots on goal. Moved away from plus money, but still playable. Fargo thing. Devils puck line, sure. That's because it's a brunch game. What is? Moved away, or whatever. Wild was built different last year, correct.
They went all in
Bruins
last
ruined
year and couldn't make
everything
it past the first
today.
round.
There you go. I'm taking the Wild. Have fun. Bruins over is okay. L. Not gonna bring up Markel's comment. Oh yeah, Bruins and Wild. Is the books playing games? I don't know. Backwoods Wild game, maybe. The flower will wilt on the ice. Overtime, no. No, it will not. Yotes winning today. Caps not even playing against the Sens. Probably not even playing well against the Sens.
I don't
know.
Yeah.
You can't make pasta without flour. Pasta to score 2 goals. Bruins. Yes. Blues today against Edmonton. And you're taking the
Blues
puck
minus
line.
1.5. Woo!
Go. Get it.
What's that line?
Caps are playing very good for playing first good periods, then left everything direct to the opponent.
Yeah.
The bar. Yes. Haha. Seawolves better than the Wild.
It's all Minnesota, though.
Yeah. LMAO. Let's go Sabres. 100% Terry. I agree. I think the Falcons win the NFC South.
At this point, I won't talk you off of it. I picked the Saints to start the year. That was not a good bet.
Bet it. Good morning. Morning, gentlemen. Ew. Been saying Falcons to make the playoffs. I still don't see it. We'll see. Yes. My Jazz did me in again last night. Gobert not clutch for former team. Oh, that's right. It was a revenge game for Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
That's funny.
By the way, that Blues minus 1.5 pays plus 260.
There you go. We didn't go all in. We didn't move any first round picks or top prospects.
They made some moves, though.
Sabres reverse puck line. Hell yeah. Let's get it. Buffalo Sabres own Canada and have won every single game as dogs by puck line or more against Canada. There you go. Is there a good... Okay, stop it. If the Wild went all in, they would have traded prospects and first round picks.
Fair.
Then don't expect them to be good. Oh well. Falcons are playing good. Minnesota sports look as bad as Toronto sports. Yeesh. Rudy did get 15 rebounds, though, with the loss. Yikes.
Well, if we think about it, that's actually not. What if Minnesota is America's version of Toronto? Because both cities can't get out of the first round in anything. Just a thought.
Falcons should be undefeated. Okay, that's too far. Growing up watching Blue Jays win 2 World Series.
Oh, I wasn't even born yet when that happened.
We are nothing like Toronto teams.
Really?
Maybe 5-1. That's fair. Anyways, let's keep rolling with the games because you still got a bunch of games and I'm gonna be going in about 10 minutes. So actually we'll go over this game and I'm gonna move up my 2 plays that I want to go over first and then I'll leave after that. Sure. Yotes and the Senators for you before minus 250 for the Sens. 6.5 is the total.
Yeah, this is a weird spot for Arizona. They just got dominated against Montreal. They've been dominated every year except for against the Lowell Leafs. And I can see this as a as another spot where they get dominated again. I love my Coyotes. I love this team. This is not a spot to back them. I get it, and I'm somebody who bet Coyotes way too often last year. And when we look at the numbers between Ottawa at home and Ottawa on the road, this team looks like a totally different team at home. They've won both games, covered the puck line in both games against Boston and Washington, two good opponents that are significantly better than Arizona. And those were both at home. Their 2 losses on the year were at Toronto and at Buffalo. They've won the expected goal battle in both games at home. This Arizona team may be historically bad this year. To a point where I don't know if I'm going to be betting them that much this year. I got this when Ottawa was minus 200, not 250 though, and I got minus 1.5 at plus 115. I beat a line movement in this game. So this is I did not bet this game when it's minus 250. If you can get plus money on the puck line, that's what I would take in this game. I got plus 115 with Ottawa minus 1.5.
There you go. But Henry's first memory in mind of baseball is Dave Winfield hitting a hit for the World Series, winning World Series. There you go. Sens. Yep. Go Yotes. Yeesh. Richie power play point plus 390.
Ooh.
Yotes 7-1 in their last 8 games in Ottawa.
Okay.
Cool.
Ottawa's been trash lately though. They've been a really bad team. They're improved this year.
Sen's going to lose. They love playing in Toronto and in Ottawa. There you go. Yup. Terry is right. Don't say that. You'll inflate his ego. Ottawa should not be minus 250 favorites against
I didn't bet them on their minus 250. I bet them on their minus 200.
There you go. I have a bad feeling about Avs yesterday. They ended up losing straight up. I expect the same with a lean towards the over tonight. There you go.
Yeah.
Caps playing to lose last
dogs hitting in the NHL.
Yeah. Ovi looks awful. Was painful to watch in the last game. Don't doubt the dogs, Nick. You know it's going to be real ballsy move on Arizona money line versus Colorado.
Versus Colorado, I will do that. Because if I'm getting $5 to do that, I will do that.
Arizona has been trash, too. I got my Kraken bet last night. There you go. And they shouldn't be minus 200 versus anybody. That's fair. All right, we are going to be skipping around because I wanted to talk about A, my play of the day, and B, another team. But we'll go to this game, Nick.
Yeah, I wonder what team.
This one will have my NHL play of the day in it.
Yeah, I've got nothing in this game, but the Dallas Stars are minus 170. They're at the Montreal Canadiens, a total of 6 in this one. Looking at the spot here, Dallas has looked good this year to start the year. They haven't lost in regulation yet. They did lose against Toronto in their last game. 4-1, 5-1, 4-1 start to the year against Nashville, Winnipeg. They lose 2-3 to Toronto. They won the expected goal battle in every single game except for the game against Toronto. So they've won all the games. They've won the expected goal battle in. They've lost the one game that they didn't. On the other side, Montreal at home is a little bit interesting because they play much better at home than they do on the road. If you're looking for a goal scorer prop, Cole Caulfield, whenever the Montreal Canadiens are at home, that's a prop that I'm never afraid to bet is Cole Caulfield to score a goal. But for me, no play on this one. I know you like this game, Tim.
Yep, my NHL play of the day, which after winning the first 4, I've lost the last 4. I'm still up 4 units though, Nick. So there you go. Power of big plus money, and I'm going right back to big plus money because the Stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. Sorry. Dallas Stars for me. I like them on the puck line. I don't like Montreal. I think they're going to be a really bad team. And when it comes to it, I'm gonna take the value there that I think there is because Dallas has been very, very good defensively. They allowed 3 goals in their first 3 games, and then they played Toronto where they allowed 4-3?
3-2.
3-2? Yeah, they've been very consistent in goaltending, which is going to be big coming up for them. I think they win this game like 4-1. So Dallas Stars puck line for me as my NHL play of the day.
All right.
Stars money line, afraid of it going to OT. Nope, not afraid. Canadians have shown decent goaltending, no regression, so fading Stars pick today. That's fair. All right, Nick. And then the last one that I'll talk about, and then I have to head out, is the future Stanley Cup Buffalo Sabres. Champions Buffalo Sabres.
Oh, my God. You got to stop switching their names.
Why? This is fun.
Whatever. Buffalo is at Vancouver. The Nucks are minus 165, total 6.5 in this game. I've got nothing in this game, personally. I lean Vancouver puck line in this game. Feel like this is a sell high spot for the Sabres and a buy low spot for the Canucks, because really the Canucks, I think, should be minus 200 in this game if they didn't lose their first 5 games. I mean, they've led in all 5 games, and they've been competitive in all 5 games. And those were all on the road. This is their home opener, so I can see that playing effect. This could be a letdown spot for the Sabres, beating the Flames and the Oilers back-to-back games. This is the second to last game of a road trip for the Sabres. Probably look to fade them in the last game against the Kraken. Truly, I lean Vancouver. Did not bet them, though.
The Sabres are leading against Canada 14-6 this year. And that was against Ottawa, Edmonton, and Calgary. I think the Nuggets. Wow. I think the Sabres win again today. I'm still doing the experiment. I'm going to be betting the Sabres every single game because I think they'll be about even 500 at the end of the year, and they'll be up big. And I still think they will be the most profitable team in hockey this year. That's my take on that one. So far, they've had 4 games. They went 3-1. Their one loss was a plus 167. Other than that, they cashed a plus 107, a plus $2, and a plus 239 according to the covers. So this Sabres team has been moneymakers so far, and apparently the road trip hasn't scared them because they've gone into Edmonton and into Calgary and have won combined 10-5. So I'm not really worried about them on the road. You're up against a Vancouver team that can't hold a lead. I would also look into a Rasmus Dahlin goal prop because
I do have him to win the Norris this year.
Because he is the first defender in NHL history to score in 4 straight games.
What?
Or in the first 4 games of a season or whatever it was. I think he's the only defender in NHL history to do that because for a while it was 3 in a row for a bunch of defenders. Dahlin has scored in 4 straight games. He's big on the power play. He's the best defender on this team, and I want to go after shots on goal and a goal prop for him as well, along with Alex Tuck and Tage Thompson point props. I think those could be good as well, just because we've seen a lot of offense from this Buffalo Sabres team. In 4 games, they've scored 17 goals. They're being very consistent, and it's not all top heavy like it was last year. So I do like the Sabres, and I like a lot of props for this game. But that's just I don't want to say that's a bias. You look at what they've done this year so far, and I'm not trying to just bet them, even though they've lost like 4 straight games or whatever, because they're winning. Now, I would understand it. I would look stupid if they started off 0-4 and I'm going and betting them again. But up, what are they? At this point, up 4.5 units or whatever this year. Yeah, I want to keep riding the Sabres.
Yeah, I think you forgot one prop though. Skinner.
Oh, Skinner. Oh, he hasn't really done as much this year. He hasn't been.
I just wanted to say Skinner.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I will take the under for Dallas and Montreal. That's fine. How about a 4-1 game? That works. Heads up for everyone. If you're using the McDonald's app, you can buy. Okay, I'm not doing this. Sabres money. We're not sponsored. We're not sponsored by McDonald's. Sabres money line. Yes. Buffalo money line. Yes. Took over props. Yes. Dahlin props. Yes. Whoa. Why are the Nucks such big favorites? Sheesh. LOL. When are you going to add a clip for your Sabres moneyline pick? Nick's the one that does the clips. Maybe if you figure out something for it, that could be funny. McDonald's getting McDouble money. Have fun. Damn. Sabres will definitely be most profitable for the first half of the year. I think they'll be the most profitable all year to start the year. I still think they're going to be the most profitable team this year. That's how. Can we get another Canucks collapse when leading with a game-winning goal by Dahlin? I can see it. Yo, Earls, good luck today. You too. Tennessee minus 38, a stupid pick. I think they win like 42-6 or something like that. I honestly, I think this is going to be a blowout, and I don't think that Tennessee's going to want to run up the score against UT Martin when they have Kentucky and Georgia up next. I like the under 71.5 for me in that game. The Don for 30 and 6 field goals.
Doncic.
Luka. Oh, yeah, yep. Sabres money line. Don't understand the odds. Fair. I'm only doing half of this Sabres experiment. They're always started great the past few years, then lose down the stream. That's fine.
Yeah.
Vegas money line. You took Vancouver. Pens. Will Iowa cover? With what offense? That's my question. What offense do they have? That's just me, I guess. I don't really see it. Argonaut spread.
Good luck.
I don't think
I didn't cap the CFL today.
Higgs's room is not up yet. We'll go over the next game. St. Louis Blues and the Edmonton Oilers are going at it. Edmonton is a 150 favorite. Total of 7. I'll let you fire away.
Yeah, this one's a pass for me. The more and more this line moves up, the more and more I'm interested in the St. Louis Blues. I've already got probably a little bit too much action for today anyway, though. Lean towards the Blues in this game. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one because this is a pass for me.
That is fair. Any UFC?
If I'm betting the UFC today, I'm taking Charles Oliveira straight up. And I'm doing a 2-teamer with Aljamain Sterling and Petr Yan.
Cool. Buckeyes Nation, let's ride. Over the 7. Blues, Oilers under 6.5, under 7. Blues money line in the over. Mo Harris, I'm not bringing up your thing because we don't like those people. I got it at 6. Not sure about 7. That's fair. Let's keep on rolling, Nick. The Kings and the Capitals are going at it. The Capitals are minus 125 with a total of 6.5.
Yeah. Wow. This is another game I beat a line movement on where I beat so much of a line movement that I can arbitrage myself if I wanted to on this one, because I got plus 129 with the Kings in this one. And this one, pretty plain and simple for me, would have been a Capitals play if LA didn't just lose 6-1 to the Penguins. And not only that, they lost 6-1 to the Penguins, and they won the expected goal battle. Hockey's a fickle bitch sometimes. When you produce more opportunities, you create a higher expected goal total, and you lose by that margin. It just shows that the goaltending was absolutely horrible for the Kings that night, and the Penguins may have gotten a little lucky. So for me, I'm going to take a shot with the Kings at plus 129 is what I got it at. I would play this up to even money for the Kings, I think, because I had the Kings as a slight favorite in this game. It's the last game of a road trip for them, but I think that this would have been a fade spot with them in the last game of the road trip if they didn't just get blown out. So I'm going to take the Kings in this one. I got plus 129 with them. I'd take them all the way down to even money.
Fair enough. DraftKings isn't even putting up totals or team totals. Fishy. Yeesh. Ohio State first quarter team total over 10.5.
Yeah.
You're on Iowa. We know you're on Iowa. I still think that Ohio State blows the ever living crap out of them. You'll get a touchdown from Iowa. with about 46 seconds left in the game, and it'll be 63-7.
I know you've said that 8 times.
I've said it once, twice. Kings, Caps, under. Yeah.
I didn't want anything to do with the total.
Kind of like the Blues, taking a shot with the Islanders puck line. I'm leaning first period on the Islanders, but no play. That's fair. And then the Kings. There you go.
I love the fisherman jerseys for the Islanders. I love the fisherman jerseys. I want one, but they're like $200.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to skip over it. Anyways, Nick, Higgs has his room set up, so I'll let you go over the last 6 games by yourself. You enjoy today, and I'll be to Greenville in a little bit so we can go to the ECU game.
Yes, and we're going to move on here. Head right into my team here, the New York Islanders. They're at the Tampa Bay Lightning in this one. The Lightning are minus 125 for this game, a total of 6. I beat a pretty massive line movement in this one too. I probably wouldn't play this game at this price now, to be completely honest. But looking at this matchup, we're going to have Ilya Sorokin, and I want to see if this is confirmed real quick, because I'm almost assuming with the line the way it is, Brian Elliott's confirmed for Tampa Bay, which we saw the last time he played. He got absolutely lit up. Let's take a look. Ilya Sorokin confirmed. Ryan Elliott's probable. So I think Brian Elliott starts this game for Tampa Bay. And Tampa Bay is coming in off of an overtime win against a division rival in the Florida Panthers. And now it's a second half of a back-to-back with a backup goaltender against the Islanders. I like New York in this game. I got him at plus 141, though. I wouldn't recommend playing them at plus 112. That's where it is on my book now. I wouldn't recommend playing them at that number. That's just not. I don't see any value on the Islanders anymore at that number. I also played the over 6. I think there is still value at this number because the line hasn't really moved in this one. The Islanders have been more of an over team this year. All 4 of their games have gone over 6 expected goals. Tampa Bay, their first 4 games went over 6 expected goals. Let me get up the numbers that they put up yesterday against the Panthers in that 3-2 game. Did they have that game did have over 6 expected goals as well, 3.71 to 2.49 in favor of the Lightning. So the Lightning deserved to win that game yesterday, and that game should have gone over 6 goals. And I'm gonna take the over 6 at minus 115, as well as I personally got the Islanders at plus 141 yesterday. The beauty of betting games early is beating these massive line movements. Unfortunately, though, I can't give out the Islanders now at plus 112. There's just no value on that line anymore. So for me, over 6, Lightning and Islanders. Islanders in reg. I like that. I think that that's a massive goalie advantage for New York, rest advantage for New York, and all that fun jazz. Moving on to the next matchup here, the Pittsburgh Penguins are at the Columbus Blue Jackets here. The Penguins are minus 175 with a total of 6.5 in this game. Looking at these two teams, Columbus finally is turning around the season a little bit because they started off the season with a tough schedule: Carolina, Tampa Bay, and St. Louis. And then they play Vancouver, Nashville, and win back-to-back games. They won the expected goal battle in that game. On the other side, Pittsburgh, they lost the expected goal battle in a 6-1 win against LA. I think they may have gotten very lucky in that game. And then they lost to Montreal. They lost the expected goal battle. They should have lost that game. They did lose that game. And then they played Brian Elliott and the Lightning, and they played the Arizona Coyotes. I'm not impressed with what the Pittsburgh Penguins have done so far this season. And I got the Blue Jackets here in this game on the money line at plus 154. I think that this is a very live home underdog against a Pittsburgh team I'm not overly impressed with. I think we're going to see some massive regression from them. I think that Yari's been playing a little bit better than his numbers suggest, or that the numbers suggest he should be. And I'm expecting him to regress here, and I'm expecting the Blue Jackets to be a very live underdog in this game. So I'm taking the Blue Jackets on the money line at plus 154. Tampa Bay is not playing good. No, they're not. I like it. Yes, I like the Blue Jackets in this matchup here. So give me a little CBJ here. Moving on. Toronto Maple Leafs are taking on the Winnipeg Jets. The Leafs are minus 170 in this game with a total of 6.5. For me, I have nothing in this game. It's a lean towards Toronto laying the goal and a half. And I just don't like the way Winnipeg's playing so far this year. Now, obviously, they can turn it around a little bit. They are coming in off of a 5-2 loss against Vegas. Granted, that was with a backup goaltender, and that was on a second half of a back-to-back after a big win against Colorado. Similar to what we're seeing with that Islanders game with the whatever. But and looking at the spot, it's Leafs puck line or nothing for me. The only thing is the Leafs have yet to cover a puck line this year, so this is a pretty simple stay off for me. Jets money line. Okay. Definitely not being called up to score goals, but Simmons, anytime goal plus 7.6. Hey, take your shots. Go for it. Next matchup here, we had 3 games remaining, and this is the last one I have. Oh, no, I have a play on the next one as well. I don't have a play on the last game. Philadelphia Flyers are at the Nashville Predators in this one. Minus 210 for the Preds, total 6.5. This is one of the only games I did not beat a line movement on, and it's been pretty bad how bad this line movement has moved against me. I like Philadelphia in this game. Philadelphia they're coming in off their first loss, but previous to that, they won their first 3 games against Tampa Bay, Vancouver, New Jersey. Nashville has lost every game since playing in Prague, since the back-to-back wins against the Sharks, back-to-back losses versus the Stars. They lose to the Kings. They lose to the Blue Jackets. And I don't think the Predators should be laying $2 at home here. This team has not proved anything to me in order to do that. And Philadelphia is a team I've been backing this year, and they've been making me money. I'm going to go right back to Philadelphia here, and you're getting a much better price than what I got them at. I got them at plus 164. You can get them for plus 193 now. Wow. I'm so mad I missed that line movement. But for me, I'm on the Flyers once again until this team starts to fall apart. I'm going to back John Tortorella in the beginning of the season when the players are still bought into his system. So I'm going to take the Flyers here. Money line. I got 30 cents worse than what you can get now, but I think there's way more value on here. So yeah. Nothing impressive about winning 6-2, 6-1, or 6-2, 6-2, and 6-1. They played the Coyotes, which they should win 6-2. They played a team in a bad spot on the second half of back-to-back with a backup goaltender. They should win that. And they lost the expected goal battle in the game against the Kings. Yeah, that's fair. But I'm also not very high on this Penguins team at all this year. So I'm expecting regression from them. They've overachieved so far this year. So next matchup, Colorado Avalanche and the Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas Golden Knights are now minus 120 in this game, total of 6.5 in this one. The Colorado Avalanche coming in off of a 3-2 loss against Seattle. Let's get up what they did expected goals wise, because I did not get those numbers in this game. And they were dominated 3.3 to 1.89. The Avalanche may be missing their captain a little bit here of Landeskog being out for a while. And Vegas is a team I have backed all year. They've won every single game except for the game against Calgary. They've won every single expected goal battle except for the game against Calgary. In the Calgary game, they had a 2-0 lead, and 6 straight penalties in the second period killed that game from them. Other than that, this team could be an undefeated hockey team right now, and I'm very high on this Vegas Golden Knights team. I said it coming into the season, and if they have a healthy team, this is a top 3 team in the Western Conference that has a very good chance to win the Western Conference. They had half their team injured last year, and they still finished only a couple points out of a playoff spot. So I think this Vegas Golden Knights team's a team to be messed with. As long as Logan Thompson's a halfway decent goaltender this year, they should be able to make the playoffs again, and they should be able to compete for that Pacific Division and the Western Conference. So with that being said, I'm back on the Vegas Golden Knights here. I got him at minus 109 yesterday. Another great reason to bet your games early is you can beat line movements. I got minus 109 for the Knights. I would still take them at minus 120, but that's the cap I would take on that. If you don't want to lay minus 120 with them, I don't mind the reg line. You can get probably a decent minus 1 line or a minus 1.5 line for the Knights as well. I think the Knights win this game. And I'm probably gonna look to fade the Avalanche down the a little bit here because I'm not very impressed with what I've seen so far, and I think there'll be value betting against Colorado. So I'll take the VGK in this one. As a Penguins fan, I don't like this spot. They travel to Calgary next. Thank you, JoJo. Yeah, and I think Columbus can play them tough. I think Columbus have played them tough last year as well. Final game of the card here. Calgary Flames are hosting the Carolina Hurricanes in this one. The Flames are 130 road favorites. Total 6 in this game. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. I lean under in this game, and I lean towards the Hurricanes in this one, getting the plus money. Hurricanes coming in off their first loss of the season, where they played a pretty close competitive expected goals battle against the Oilers, but lost the game by 2 goals. And Calgary coming in off of a loss against Buffalo. So both these teams coming off their first loss of the season. I want nothing to do with this game. So this one was a pass for me. Lean Hurricanes, lean under. No play for me to end the card there. Elias Lindholm, anytime goal. Do not mind that whatsoever. But that's the entire card for today. I'm going to recap my NHL, and I'll give out my NBA plays as well. I'm rocking with the Bruins puck line at plus 205 and the over 6.5. I am rocking with the New Jersey Devils minus 1.5, as well as the Ottawa Senators minus 1.5. I like the Kings at plus 129. Saw value with them there. That's dropped. I got the Islanders at plus 141. That's also dropped. Over 6, Isles and Bolts. Blue Jackets plus 154. Flyers money line and VGK money line in the NBA. I got minus 6.5 with the Celtics and the under 219.5 in that game as well. I got Toronto, Miami under 215.5. I got Chicago and Cleveland under over 217.5. And I got the Grizzlies plus 5.5 against the Dallas Mavericks. But that is the entire slate for today. I want to thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and be sure to click the post notifications as well, so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here at ESB, which is every single morning, anywhere between 10 and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. That's going to just about wrap it up for this one. I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and good luck.